Okay, today's project on my John Deere 2520 diesel tractor is removing the radiator. The reason we're doing that is we're out in the woods picking up a log and driving through some brush, and a stick traveled up in that area and right into the bottom of the radiator. So we don't know how bad the damage is, but we wanted to remove the radiator and figure that out. Hopefully it's something I can fix. We will all find out together. Okay, so for starters, I think I'm going to try and take these brackets off. Leave this cooler in place if I can, which is, I believe, the hydraulic cooler. And there's some bolts in the back that hold this plate on, back here, here, and then down below. And of course, we're going to take the hoses off. And the plan is to hopefully slide the radiator up and out. But we don't know if that's happening. No, we know it's happening. We just don't know how hard it's going to be. Let's round up some tools. These looks like 6 or 8 millimeters. I got some 4s in the back. Yeah, let me put together a little tool tray and we'll be right back. Millimeter. Beautiful. Yeah. All right, let's see if we can take off that top radiator hose. There you go. Nice. Yeah, then we can take off the bottom radiator hose. Alrighty, get the clamp back. I can catch most of this. Let's show you what we're doing here. Top radiator hose is off. Same on the bottom. Now, see this bracket here? This holds the radiator to the engine block. So I'll need to take this bolt out. I believe there's 4. One here, there, top, bottom on the other side. And I have a feeling after I do that, well, of course I gotta take off this vent line up here. I might be able to rock that puppy out of there. But let's start with these bolts first. Bingo bango, 10 millimeter. That's it. Okay. I'm going to leave that one as my last one because that has the bracket on it. Here's one. Go get my mag cup. All right. I don't know how many of you don't have one of these mag cups, but they're great when you're doing a project like this. The bolts stay connected and somewhat organizing together. And if you bump it, it's not going to dump these all over the floor. They're cheap. You can get them for on sale, sometimes $3, $4 at Harbor Freight. Just a note, the top one on this side is very long compared to the bottom. So you remember that when we reassemble. Okay. There are the two from the other side. Let's do this one now. Still going to take the vent line off. Now, both of the top ones are long bolts. All right, vent line time. And the vent line is right here. All right, that should be enough. Get that out of the way. Ooh, radiator wants to jump out of there. This is a good thing. There we go. All right. What it doesn't want to do is come out. See the top pipe here? Top pipe is clear, but the bottom pipe does not want to come back. It's kind of a bummer. There we go. Look at that. Coming right out. Nice. Okay. Now we can see the damage. So, let me get this stuff off of here. You can see right there, the stick went right in and sheared off those pipes. Not ideal, for sure. But what we're going to try for a fix here is I'm going to try to cut these back to a point, remove the fins, fold these back, solder them, and then see if I can fold these back and solder them also. It did leave a little piece on the edge of it, so I may have a chance. Anything but replacing this radiator. So that's what we're going to do. What I'm going to do first is make sure I get everything out. Yeah, this is not what I wanted to be working on today. I'm sure you can relate to that. But let's see what we can do. Now, I'm going to get some side cutters, some sharp ones. Kind of like these. So, I'm not sure you can see what I'm trying to do here, but we know that those are bad. So we know this one's definitely bad. This one's bad. This one's bad. This one I'm not too sure yet. But we'll definitely know we need to work on these three. So to start that, and this is 2 layers, I believe, based on what I'm looking at here. So we're going to cut back these fins, which I believe they're made of lead or real thin tin, and they don't put up much of a fight. I'm going to bring this in and get it set up on the workbench. I think that will give us at least a more comfortable place to work. And once I get this cut out, I'll be blowing the radiator out just to make sure these tubes are clear, because I'm going to try and fold them over a few times and then solder them to seal them up, or maybe solder them and then fold them. I'm not sure. We'll see how she responds. But let me get it inside on the bench. All right.
She is a word salad, full of ideas, and she has absolutely no chance of winning again. So, run, Kamala, run.
All right, hopefully that's a good view. As you can see, this is where it's all smacked up from the branch. So, like I said, we're going to remove these fins and these pipes here and see if I can solder them closed, and then go in and work on the bases here. Hopefully I can solder those closed. Yeah, see what happens. All right, let me see what I can do here. Boy, that stick really drove through here. Now this radiator is in two layers. There's this top layer that's got most of the damage. And there's the bottom layer. I think I see a little out down there, but no more when I clear this out. If you can see what I'm doing here. Like I said, I'm just trying to get these fins out. Oh, so this is like a real stiff tin foil. This one might be good. I'll know more when I pressure test it. But my main goal here is to get these rolled up if I can, and then soldered. Now, this is kind of a hack job, but if I can save myself from buying a new radiator right now, I will be happy. When I was in high school, I had a 62 Ford Econoline van, and similar issue happened. I folded these up, and she ran for years later. If I have that same kind of luck here, I will be a happy guy. But we'll see. Pressure testing is going to be the big thing. And like I said, a lot of this tin down here, it's real thin tin. And it folds up pretty easy. Cut off some of this bangle piece here. Yeah, this is what it looks like right here. It's like a heavy aluminum foil. I'm hoping the lower layer is okay. There's similar issues. We'll obviously do some of the same. Come on, baby, rotate. There you go. A little warm in here. The issue with this here is This is right at the base of the radiator. So there's a reservoir here and one at the top, and these got damaged right on the edge. So that is going to be the toughest part. I think the only way to do that is to solder that edge in. But soldering real thin tin like this, especially when there's water residue in there, could be an issue. May never get a good solder joint. If we have to, we'll go real hillbilly with some JB Weld. All right. What I need to do is check out this one really close. Let's see that this here. I don't know if that's broken or not. So we're going to get my eye loop in there and take a look. Hard to tell. It's not gashed open. It's hard to tell. So, and to make sure I've got these tight, I'm going to try compressing them a little bit more with the vice grips. So, definitely have issues here. There is not enough meat. Yeah, that's not ideal by any means. Yeah, that's not good. She's opened right up. Um, so I've got those closed up pretty good. Not sure if you can see that. So I'm going to try cleaning the area real good. And then I'm going to try a little solder. Hope you can see that. All right, get this acetone out of here so we don't burn the place down. Okay. All right. A little flux on here. Yeah, must be some moisture coming out. It's not sticking at all. Yeah, it does have a pretty big heat sink. All right, let's try something different here. Let's blow that area really heavy with some air. See if we can push any moisture that's in the area away. try that one more time. If that doesn't work, we'll resort to the JB Weld and get a radiator in order. Yeah, that is not working at all. One more stab, maybe the middle one. Yeah, that's not going to work. This is a pretty powerful soldering gun. So, on that note, I'm going to clean her up again and see what we have for epoxy. A JB Weld, something similar. Even when I work it real well. Let me see if we can come up with a better plan. We'll be back. Okay, we're back. This is what we're going to try on it. Got some JB Weld. It says steel reinforced epoxy. It's good for plumbing, marine. I don't know. Hate going this route, but sometimes it is what it is. So I need to get back in there and clean this up again. Get all that flux out of there. Get one nice one. Apologize for the compressor sound. All right. Let's see if we can make this work. I don't know if that's more than I need or what, but we'll figure it out. Hey, one thing, when it comes to JB Weld, this stuff's pretty thin. Easy to mix. That stuff is really hard. Like some of the two-part putties they have. Ah, yeah, this is mixing up nice. Yeah. I like it. All right, let's make a mess. I'll stand this up as soon as I get this done. I'm sure I have enough, but this is plenty. I don't know if I need it on these top ones here, but I'll add some in just to make sure. All right. I definitely want to stand this up. Of course, drop some dirt in it. Nice. Yeah, I want to make sure these tips are all covered really well. And supposedly in 6 hours, put some water to it. But we may let her rest overnight. Here we go. Do a little more here. Working time on this is pretty good so far. I don't know if this is going to work, but if it does, it will save me a lot of money. My buddy was just on the phone with me, and he feels this radiator probably costs close to $500. I can't justify that, but I don't know how they can justify that if that's true. But we will search the net just in case we have a complete failure here. All right. Leave that. We're going to let it sit like that for probably a few hours. Okay. Like I said, this is what we used. And I do like it that it's real loose. It has a chance of getting down inside the little holes. Time will tell. LifeInTN. Okay. There. All right. She's all hardened up. She's hard. Well, we're going to reinstall her. I did a quick air test on it. Blocked off the port. Put an air gun to the other port. Just put a little pressure inside. There was no sign of any leakage. But under temperature, who knows? So we're going to put it back in and see what happens. All right, we'll clean this up a little bit and get back to the installation. After hosing her off, she's not that bad. All right, what is she catching on? Nothing, I guess. All right, there's 2 pins down below that it needs to sit into. Just gotta line them up. Come on, baby. Can't quite see what she's catching on. There it is. Nice. All right. Throw a few bolts back in here. Remember, the top ones are the long ones. All right, she's at the top. Leave the cap off and fire her up. Show her she's going to pump it up through. Give it time for that thermostat to open. He's looking good. Time will tell.